It is May 12th, it's Mother's Day 2024, and I haven't done a garden update for a long time, which is sad. So just want to get some footage and just kind of talk about what I got going on here. So we'll start here on the deck. A lot of stuff has changed since last year at this time, but some stuff is the same. So I've got these like big rectangular planters here. Mostly what I've got going on here is like flowers and greens. So I did some mustard here in the winter, and it's now starting to go to seed. So I'll probably pull this out pretty soon and maybe do another round of greens in there, but you can see I've got some chard here, some nasturtium here, but it's starting to be the time of year that we can get some flowers going. So I've got this verbena, which is looking kind of funny. It's like a huge stalk with just like a tiny little head of purple flowers, but that's kind of like the first thing I've got going. Got some beautiful snapdragons here. This is probably my very favorite color, this pink. I mean, it's just, how do you beat that? I don't know. So anyway, there will be some dahlias here, some cosmos, but like there's maybe just coming up sprouting seeds there. There's nothing much to see. Kind of the same thing here. I've got some variegated sage that's left over from last year. I did some dahlias. I wasn't sure if they were going to overwinter. We're zone 7, and so it's kind of iffy for whether dahlias are gonna make it through the winter, but so far they have. So I have one here that's looking really good. Another one here looking really good. I have a little baby cosmos right there. So I'm hoping in like a month or two it's going to be super prolific flowers everywhere. But for now, I feel like things are still kind of emerging. I have a lot of herbs. So this is fennel, and this is dill. And they look very similar, but I know which is which. Got some lemongrass here and some, I think this is African basil, mint, lavender down here. Supposedly not too much grows well with fennel, so I've got some lavender and some what is this stuff called, alyssum. So we'll see if they play well together. I don't know, it's just a trial. So here I've changed some stuff around. I figured out that this is the area that seems to get just the absolute most sun. There's not that many like really high sun, full sun areas on our property. So that would be like 6 or more hours a day. This is kind of the best bet for that kind of stuff. So I had peas here in the winter time, and you can see like I've got some purple ones going. The green ones are a little harder to see. There's honestly, I wasn't super impressed with the production of my peas. This is the first year I've really tried them, and they're making a lot of shoots, but not a ton of fruit. Here's the little pod right here, but it's like, okay, there's like one pod. I don't know. So I don't really know why I didn't get a whole lot of production out of those, but I feel like, okay, so now it's mid-May and time to cycle out to warmer season stuff. So I already have some tomatoes in there, and I think I'll let the peas go for just a little bit longer just to see what they do, and then I will cut them out so that the tomatoes will get kind of the full benefit of this area. So this will be kind of the area where I'm growing the stuff that needs the absolute most sun, so like peppers, tomatoes. I have an eggplant in there, believe it or not. It's kind of hard to see right now. It's in here, so yeah. So I don't know, that'll probably grow about this tall, and that will still leave like a window of, I don't know, just it will let the tomatoes and peppers over here get some more sun. So this is different than last year, and just hope tomatoes are just my favorite thing to grow, so I hope that they do well. I really wanted to lean heavily into flowers and greens just out here on the deck, because in the past I really enjoyed just looking out the window and seeing a lot of color, and we never have enough greens. We can always use more just herbs and stuff to make a salad out of. So I figured I would kind of try to focus on that this year for things to put out on the deck. So I added these pots for this year, and mostly growing flowers here. These I think are pansies. I always get pansies and violas mixed up. I think these are pansies. Nasturtium is sprouting there. I have another dahlia here, which is already making buds. Usually the dahlias get like really, really tall, but this one, I don't know what's going on. It's already making flowers, which I don't mind at all. So I'm happy about that. This is going to be lantana. Got some cosmos seeds that are sprouting there, so those should be really good. I've got zinnia right here. I had this. This is actually like half of a salvia plant that was kind of overgrown in the front of the house, which we'll go to later. And so I divided it and I stuck it in here, and it's doing really well. Another dahlia is growing here, so those will probably be at their peak in like August, September. So still just at the beginning. It's another reason why I'm surprised to be seeing buds on that one so early, but I'm not complaining. And then just more violas and cosmos here. So I'm looking forward to some really pretty flowers in like a month or two. Kind of the same story going on here. These are new planters. And I decided to get some that would be off the ground a little bit, because again, I'm just trying to absolutely maximize the sunlight. We get a lot of sunlight that comes this way and over here a little bit, and so when I had pots down on the ground, the deck railing was providing some shade, and so I'm just really was trying to get as much sun as I could. So got these. They were fairly inexpensive from, I think it was like Wayfair. Just put them together, and so now they're off the ground. And my plan for these, which so far is going pretty well, is just again to have kind of like some herbs and greens. This is cilantro, which the people who've grown cilantro before, you know that it goes to seed really, really fast. One thing I have learned on the internet is that you can actually just let it go to seed, and once it does make seeds, I don't have any yet, just flowers right now, but once it does go to seed, you can actually pick off those little green seeds and still crush them up, even though they're not dry, and they'll still have that cilantro flavor for people who like it. So I'm excited to try that this year. I haven't done that before. And for the seeds that you don't use that way, you can just let them fall, and you'll have a new round of cilantro. So I'm hoping to just kind of have cycles of cilantro. As you can see, like, I don't know, maybe I should put some kind of support right here, but it's kind of tall. But anyway, these are kind of coming to the end of their lives. Have some spinach here that's kind of the same situation. You can see it's starting to flower. I got a lot of good spinach in the wintertime, but we have had some days that are over 80 degrees for sure already this year, and spinach is not going to tolerate that. So it's already bolting, which is as expected. So I'm letting it go a little bit longer, but I have already put in some basil, which is kind of going to be the next round of what's in here. I think pretty much the same story with this one. I have various plants that are supposed to help with pest management. So here I've got some chamomile, nasturtium, alyssum. These are plants which I have learned are good for deterring certain types of pests, and so I don't need to spray my plants with anything. And some of them attract beneficial insects, and some of them deter, visitors that you don't want. So that's kind of my strategy for trying to keep all of the stuff I'm growing for our own consumption and not consumption by pests. I've got oregano here, really prolific. I'm probably just going to have to cut this back at some point. Tarragon. I don't know what this is. This does not really look like something I want, but since I'm not 100% sure, I'm just going to wait and see. So what I'm expecting is for the 2 rectangular beds to actually have pretty tall things growing, and they will probably provide some shade for this last one. And so I'm going to really cross my fingers and hope that I can still get some nice salad greens in this bed that will benefit from, I don't know, I think they do best in full sun but not too hot, and so we're not going to have that in the coming months. But so I'm hoping that maybe they will still produce some good foliage for us to eat if it's kind of part sun. So we'll see what happens there. So I've got some lettuces and some arugula, and these, I can't remember whether I had these planters here last year. I think I didn't. I think they actually were over where those new rectangular ones are, and so I've moved them over here. These are basically flower plants, and so I have the whirling butterflies, I have bee balm, I have coreopsis. Obviously none of it is really flowering out yet, except this one. This is salvia. So it's kind of the same thing in both of these white planters. So I definitely have some buds, but we're really not in like peak flower season yet. But I'm still really excited because I can see it's coming. So it's kind of the anticipation of it is fun. This here is parsley that I have let go to seed. I had several parsley plants that were overwintering, giving us parsley throughout the winter, and I just pulled most of them out to make room for other things. But this one I have left so that I can, number one, let the pollinators enjoy the flowers, but then once the flowers turn into seeds, I will harvest them once they dry out, and then I'll have more for next year.